Welcome back to another Saturday night live stream. This one's going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing a military ration or something along those lines, Amber made chili last night, and that's what I want to eat. Instead of eating a ration tonight, I thought we'd just share a meal, and the chili was amazing last night. I haven't had any since last night, but that's what we're going to do. I wonder if it'll stain that bowl. I don't think it will. Ugh. You know, I might use a different bowl for that. But I broke out this old set that I haven't used in a long time. I have not used this set in years and years. Got an accessory pack that Scott sent me for some coffee and whatnot. Let's go ahead and get that out right now. Yeah, it's got coffee. I'll cut it. I just seen Chusick commented. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot it was Saturday too. Been a weird week as far as like the days go. It's been so cold, you ain't been able to really do much of anything. Really anything. Oh, there's the sugar. Some old, well, not too old, but some coffee instant type. I wish they'd go back to this. Instead they've cut coffee pretty much all the way out, which is insane. All right, let's make some coffee in a Melmac cup. This probably 2017. I'm going to guess on the coffee. I don't know. Yeah, I would say so. Judging by the way everything else looked. It's definitely not 2007. I say that. Oh, look at that. Some nice spray-dried coffee. Oh, yeah, it says it right there. 100% spray-dried coffee. Coffee Instant Type 2. Transpacker Services Corporation, Brooklyn, New York. Classic. Alright, some Giannis Brothers creamer. I don't think I got it. I didn't. Oh, got it that time. There we go. Oh, there's LC. Oh yeah, it's going to be one heck of a Saturday night. Migraine is 68 days old now. Oh man, it seemed like there's. I seen something about migraines the other day, and like, I cannot remember what it said. I did think about it for a minute after I saw some video explaining. I think it was what causes migraines, and like it's kind of weird. I'd have to look it up to be certain. But yeah, there's something to migraines that's pretty extreme. I always thought it was just a bad headache, but yeah, it's more than that. LC, you probably know. Seems like you've been packing one for 68 days now. And you probably know what I'm talking about. By the way, thanks for the super chat. You do not have to do that. Need to look down at the chat. Rock Reviews, what's up? Oh, and there's LC with the first comment. Let me make a real quick post with a link. What I do with there it is. My other phone. Snap a quick photo. It's not going to be very good. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm doing nothing on the screen or the thumbnail. I am going to use a glass bowl cup thing for the chili, though, just in case, because I don't want to stain that light colored Melmac. I don't think it will, but I don't want to take a chance. I'm sure I've probably had chili or something in it before. Alright. Grab a link. Make a real quick post. Huh. Done the same thing. It's weird. It did it sideways. It done this to me earlier. I wonder if I can change that, if I can flip it. I cannot. What's that? Oh, it's just filters. Well, that sucks. Oh well. It's just a post with the link. Link to the happening right now. Oh, there we go. Alright. So I will start off by making the coffee. And I'll grab the chili. No, here. Alright, I'll be right back. It seems like, if I remember right, these Melmac cups keep stuff a little bit hotter longer. And I got a little bit of this pure Tassie juice, the black currant juice left over from last week. Let me zoom out just a little bit. That's too much. There we go. Bring that down and over. And we will use a new spoon, as if I don't have plenty of them. I don't think that really needed stirred. It all dissolved quite well. That's what I like about the old coffee and that old creamer. Like it, there's a couple little tiny weird chunks in there, but wow, that cup is really hot. Wow. Jealous of the chili. Man, it's some good chili. Hang on, I'm gonna go grab some. She did thin it out quite a bit from what it was last night. It was a lot thicker. Alright, I got cornbread to get, and I got crackers, and I got some chips. I got some saltines in there, some Wendy's saltines. I don't keep saltines on hand usually, other than those. right. We had beans and cornbread before this, but... Alright. Cornbread. Chili. Chili's going to be way too hot to eat. It's coming out of the Instant Pot. It's looking pretty good, though. My mouth's watering, that's for sure. Alright. We'll let it cool down for a minute. Cornbread's super hot, too. The jalapeno pepper jack burger. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Chili's great. The MRE chili. It is similar in taste to the chili that Amber makes. It's a little thicker usually coming out of the retort pouch, but it just depends. Well, it's usually pretty thick. Like, that's pretty... MRE chili's pretty thick. Holy wow, that cup is, golly, mega hot. Yeah, that's hot. Too hot. Burn my taste buds. I put a little too much water in it. Chili Mac's good too. It's been a while since I had any Mountain House chili mac. It's probably been a few months since I've had the MRE chili mac. It's a pretty good menu too. My favorite part about it's the chili though. The noodle aspect of it, I mean, I don't know, just an added starch, I guess. I want a bite of this cornbread before it gets too cool. What's up, Joe? Cornbread's not too sweet. We had beans and cornbread before. This is leftover cornbread from that. Cold weathers for $35. I seen cases of milk cold weathers at a decent price. I want to say they were $169. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I forgot. I ordered a case of First Strike rations after we had that First Strike ration. When was that? Wasn't last week, was it? Was it last week? No, last week was Dan's stuff. Week before. Let me check. The shipping. Oh, it's up there. It's been up there for, it says 2 days. Well, let's see, today's Saturday. Yesterday was the 30th. It's been up there since Wednesday. I thought I checked the mail on Wednesday. Huh. Anyway, got a case of First Strike rations up there. I can't remember what year they are, but I'm shooting myself in the foot by saying this, but if you want to have First Strike rations, which with all the snack foods that are involved in there, they're one of the better deals to stock up on snack foods. I take that back. Yeah, I don't know. Cases of MREs are so cheap right now. I mean, you can get 2 cases shipped to your door for less than $90. That's crazy. I remember when you couldn't get 1 case of MREs shipped to your door for $90. So, 12 meals, all the snacks involved in there. You only get 9 First Strike rations, which I got a extremely killer deal on the First Strike rations that I got, which I only got 8, I think. But let me click into the listing. I won an actual auction, which is rare. Why can't I click into it? Carrier has not provided an updated estimate delivery date. Okay. There we go. It took them a while to get it to me. I ain't gonna lie. It took them 13 days, which is whatever. But it's crazy. I won 7 First Strike rations for, with shipping, $58. that's a crazy good deal. I got lucky that nobody bid against me. I was the only one that bid. One bid. I don't know if people just thought it wasn't real or what. The reflection's pretty bad, but there you go. But if you want First Strike rations, you probably better get them. I don't think they're going to be around much longer. Just like find some long range patrols. Find them. I have a few. As far as the modern ones go, I'll bet you I've only got maybe 7, 8 of the modern style long range patrols. I did not stack up on those back in the day. I didn't have the money to, number one. Number two, they've always been expensive and pretty hard to find, but now they're virtually impossible to find. Let's just see if there's anything listed right now on old eBay. Oh no. Hang on, let's see. Long range patrol ration. You're going to see vintage stuff. I see some individual mains, which are entree onlys, assorted. There's $16 to $20 plus $8.80 shipping. They probably combine shipping on them, but still $16 to $20 for a single main. There's some more. Huh. Wow. $250.36 shipping for a Australian CR1M. Oh, nope. I take that back. It's for a PR1M. A 2020 PR1M. $285. A 2001 PR1M, they want $400 for it. Oh, it comes with a bunch of extra mains. It looks. Oh no, it's open. Is this open? What in the world? Hold the phone. Yeah, this is weird. Huh. I don't know what this is. I'd have to read the description to figure it out. They want $400 for it. Let's just see. It's a 2001 PR1M, which is extremely rare. It's a bunch of copy and paste information. Yeah. They're not saying anything about it being open. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just extras. Weird. Anyway, I'm not seeing long range patrols at all. Not to say that there might not be some just listed weirdly. I went through the whole list. The only thing that's listed is a couple vintage ones. There's an 80s. Here's one of the cloth, or wait, is that a paper bag? Yeah. One of the, like, hard to rip paper bags. That's 2 weeks worth of groceries for an expired ration, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Look, a 2001 PR1M, if it's unopened, I mean, it's worth $250, $300. A sealed one is worth $200. Like, it might actually be worth $350. You know, they are extremely rare. Find another one anywhere in that range from 2000 to 2010. You know, which would give it a little bit of a vintage flair, being 2010, but 2000, let's say 2009 to 2000. You know, pre 2010. Good luck. Good luck finding one. You got a 2018 PR1M sealed. I have one I got from Dan. I had 3. He had me send one to somebody, and then he wanted me to sell one to somebody else, and I just, like, transferred the money thing over to him, and then I got one off of him. I don't know if I bought that from him or not. Probably not, knowing Dan, but maybe I did. I can't remember. That might have been one that I did, because they are so expensive, even for them over there. Like, if they find them, it's very rare that even they find them. Got it from Maddog. I ain't heard that in a long time. Maddog, is he still around? It's been years. Here, I'm gonna flip you guys over on this real quick. I gotta go get the nasal spray. I'm clogged up. I didn't start this clogged up. It's something in this corner. Must be allergic to something. Okay, I want to eat some chili. I'm going to start off with a couple of these chips. I don't have very many in this bag. I got another bag. Tostitos. Yeah, mostly crumbs in here. Pick out some of the bigger chip pieces here. Alright, that's good enough. Some chili. Nope. There we go. Down the hatch. I love the way the flavor of those chips mix with the chili. One of my favorite things. What is it now? Something in this corner. I don't know what the deal is with it. I'm opening right back up. What in the world? She did say it burnt on the bottom a little bit in the Instapot, which must be what happened here. Let me get rid of that. I don't want to look at it. I forgot she said that last night for me not. She told me not to scrape the bottom. All right. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Cornbread. I heard something that there's something really bad about these Ritz crackers a while back, but I never did look into it. So, if you happen to know what that is, looking at the chat. Some cheese, eggs, and toast. That sounds good, actually. Mm-hmm. I was watching somebody make food content. Who was it? I can't remember. But I didn't have anything in the way of like easily prepared savory food in that moment. And I was like, God, I gotta quit watching this stuff. I was so hungry. Watching food content on TikTok or YouTube, one or the other. I just didn't have anything to like take care of that hunger in the moment. Mm. It's definitely hitting the spot. I think it's supposed to get down to 5 or 6 degrees tonight. It was a little bit colder last night, and I think we have colder nights coming, if I'm not mistaken. I need a napkin. Chili in my mustache. Do I need to go out? All right. Come on. Get out of there. Walmart's been flooded by what? Oh, yeah. I think that's happening all over the entire Western world, LC. I don't. I do know what exactly is what's going on. People don't want to talk about it. Whatever. These politicians that ultimately are making decisions to leave the borders open are replacing us with people who will vote for them in their party. That's what's happening. They don't like people being conservative down here for some reason. It sounds like the same way in Canada and most Western countries, but people are starting to fight back. I don't know if I told you guys about it. So, this year, in December, see, when my dad passed away, he was in hospice in Huntington, West Virginia. I've not went shopping in Huntington since probably 2017. But we used to do a lot of Christmas shopping. That's where like the more popular mall was at. Things along those lines, right? And I've not been well off. I worked hard, didn't make very much money. Worked on towboats. You can look up what kind of money we made. I didn't make good money. I wasn't a captain or a pilot. Okay. So I hadn't been since, well, probably since I had my leg cut off in 2016. So this year, oh, I should also, like, we always have shopped at, there's a place called Gabriel Brothers. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a discount name brand. They always have like name brand stuff. It used to be they would have like defective stuff, and you had to really look through it to make sure you weren't going to have something with like a arm sewed on in the middle of the shirt or something, like, seriously, or holes in the socks or whatever. Like, you had to just check the merchandise before you bought it. But you could get brand name stuff, Levi's, Under Armour, Nike, whatever, decent stuff at probably a third of the price of what it would be retail. Well, this year we were in Huntington and decided we were going to go shopping, and we went to Gabe's. I call it Gabe's. I don't know if it's called Gabriel Brothers anymore. I think it is actually called Gabe's. Anyway, we went in to the store, and it was nothing like I remembered it. Nothing. It was like a bomb had went off in there. And on top of that, and I'm not exaggerating, I could not take the smell of the inside of that store. But I pushed myself through for a while, and I told Amber, I was like, I can't hardly be in here. The smell is that bad. I had never experienced anything like this in a West Virginia town. Okay, so, it's new to you guys. Hopefully it'll be a good one. It just depends. 2020, yes, it killed everything. 2020, it killed my TV show, that's for sure. I'd still be doing that probably right now if it wasn't for COVID. So anyway, you guys know that Columbus, Ohio has the second largest population of Somalis in the country. So it's Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio is, from Huntington, is probably 2 hours, 20 minutes, I would say, the way you would go to get there. I'd say, might give or take 20 minutes. I don't know, 240, it might be 220. But I saw more Somalians in West Virginia, in Huntington. I was shocked. I was shocked by what I saw. Never expected to see that. And I have not been able to stop thinking about it ever since. Because this state is one of the last states that things will happen in. Right? Like, for instance, COVID. I think we were the last state to have a reported case. Now, you guys know as well as I do, had I went to the hospital as soon as I got back from filming the TV show, I would have been the first reported case of COVID in West Virginia by months. By months. But if I would have went to the doctor and reported, they would have I wouldn't have been. There would have been case after case right after me, I'm sure. But I decided against going. I had decided I didn't want to be. Doctors were not helping me at that, and they still haven't. So Uh, West Virginia is one of the last states where things happen culturally, or really just about anything that is widespread in America. Technology. I've always said West Virginia is always 10 to 15 years behind the rest of the country when it comes to technology and everything, right? What's up, Jay Watterson? Well, at some point, somehow, some way, they've injected a lot of those people into Huntington. Charleston, West Virginia, the capital of this state, looks like a ghost town. I went there for my business to get my business license. Probably been about 6, 7 months ago now. It was over the summer, and it literally looked like a ghost town. There was just no vehicles. There was no people. Not zero, but compared to what it used to, like, there was just nothing going on. You can go on TikTok and look up videos of Charleston. There's a couple people that do this and have been doing this. They'll show what day it is, Saturday at noon, right? Walking down one of the main streets in Charleston, no cars, no, like they're on the main road, walking down the middle of the road. There's nobody. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Now, I heard that they built a road that kind of bypassed Charleston a little bit, and less people are going through Charleston now because of that. But I don't know, man. Like, a lot of the jobs are there. Compensating for the crap with rollbacks. Walmart has killed. Walmart, Target, used to be Kmart. Those businesses like that have killed the small business, mainly Walmart and Amazon. Those two have killed small locally owned businesses. And I see people trying to somewhat have a resurgence and bring it back a little bit, but not enough people support it. It's too convenient, too easy. But here's the thing: we used to shop at Walmart and Amazon and places like this because the prices were better, because they were outsourcing to China and all this other crap. It's not that way anymore. The prices at Walmart are just as high. They've raised their prices because they know they've knocked out all the competition. All the smaller businesses, they don't care. They'll charge whatever they want now. That fluctuating pricing, I've been seeing that. Oh my God, that makes me sick. What is it, peak pricing or whatever it is? They charge more during peak times. Wendy's was the first one I heard about started doing that crap. All right, I'm going to finish my food. I went on a rant there. I wanted to tell you guys about the Huntington thing, though, because it was super bizarre. Super bizarre. Chili. Do what, LC? I'm confused about what you just said. Hang on. Let me go back. Be a doctor when I was a kid because of community support. Alright, so let me see what your corrections were. Kiddingly. Alright, I just rewrite it. I couldn't figure it out. Something about, I think, wanting to be a doctor when you were a kid. Ended up being a community worker instead. Three cans of what? Hot and spicy peanuts from Kroger. Hot and spicy peanuts from Kroger, and they're in a can. Sounds good. My favorite hot and spicy peanuts are Lance brand. And that's an Ohio thing. So, mainly an Ohio thing. If you're somewhere in the somewhat area, maybe you could find the Lance brand, but God, they're so good. I haven't had any in a long time. I used to send them out in boxes all the time. I'd buy full cases of them at gas stations when I saw them. They used to be 3 packs for $1, I think is what I used to get them for. Or maybe it was 4 packs for $1. They used to be super cheap, regardless. We got some certified forklift operators in here. That's became a quite a funny meme here on the internet. I've been a certified fork truck operator in the comments before. I've driven a fork truck plenty in my life too, so. Wash it down with some of Dan's pure Tassie black currant juice. God, that's refreshing. Super fruity too. I could chug that so easy. I want to savor it though, so I'm trying to just refrain myself from chugging it all down. Fantastic winter meal. Couldn't be happier. Melvin Anderson, you're not late. You're fine. What's inviting once you walk through the door? Rocks reviews. The Anderson Rock. Anderson's Rock. Albertsons. Excuse me, daggone it. I did not even mean to do that. Safeway. I think I've seen videos about Albertsons. Never been to one myself. I've never been to a Safeway either. Been to a Subway. Both kinds, the store and the underground train system. Man, that coffee smells so good. I've been on the West Coast. I just didn't spend enough time to kind of branch out and go grocery shopping and stuff. Can't remember who sent me these. Ah, I'm going to. These are 97s. There we go. 6 left. Love the metal container too. I would use it to like carry smokes around, but I smoke 100s, number 1 and number 2. I don't want to tear it up. It's gonna look really good sitting on the shelf like that. Cardboard behind it. Alright. Sheets are pretty good. That's what happened. I went to a Sheets the first night I got in Pittsburgh because it was open. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I went over to Sheets, got some food. I was coming back. I was in the middle turning lane. There was like at a red light. There was left turn only in the middle. I had to wait for the light to turn, and there was a semi truck to my right. And I get the light and start turning, and he immediately starts turning left and runs right over the top of the front of my car. I was stranded there for seemed like about 8 days, 9 days. Sure, I live streamed from there, and I gave the owner of the trucking company, the opportunity to not turn it in on his insurance because I knew it would screw him on his insurance. And I was trying to be nice. I was like, dude, if you just have my car fixed and obviously help me with the lodging and stuff, because I was going home probably the next day, I think. Anyway, he took it. He had my car towed to a nearby place, and they didn't do anything that they were supposed to be doing, and they duct taped my mirror on, and like it was ridiculous. My side view mirror that the truck knocked off. And anyway, after like that 8th or 9th day, whatever it was, 7th, 8th, 9th day, he's like, man, you're just going to have to turn this in on insurance. I was like, yeah, dude, but I still got to get home, and I got to get this car home, too. Like, I'm not just going to leave it here. I was like, you got to at least get it drivable, and then we can deal with the insurance thing after. Yeah. I was at a Sheets that night, though, because I went to Sheets and got food. I got ran over by a semi-truck. The guy obviously didn't know what he was doing. He was new. Scared the crap out of me because I thought he was going to drive off after he ran over me. Colonial bread. Albertsons was here in DSM. Went about a mile from mine. What's DSM? DSM. District. No. You gotta tell me what DSM stands for. Sunbeam bread. Oh yeah, I see. Wait, Sunbeam? I think I still see Sunbeam bread. Oh, Sheets is great. Beard's on point. Well, thanks, Dylan. It looks really gray, but it's not. It doesn't look this bad in person. I mean, it's pretty gray underneath. I ain't gonna lie. I think about cutting it off sometimes. But give it a few more years and I think I'm going to start playing Santa Claus at Christmas time. I'll have to dye it white. I think we still have sunbeam bread here too. I'm pretty sure. I think we have sunbeam bread. Buns mainly is what I think of when I think of sunbeam, but probably everything. Loaf of bread. Huh. Sunbeam. I don't think I have any in there. Nichols Toastmaster. Are these all Canadian things that we're talking about? Had it in Virginia. Okay, so yeah, I think Sunbeam is still a thing here. I'm pretty sure. Smoking a vintage cigarette. I didn't even think nothing about it. I just lit it. How old is this thing? 28? 9? 29? 30 years old next year. Not dry. Not harsh. It's pretty nice. I'm not even going to say it. How'd I miss what? Oh, there's a super chat. Wanted to become a doctor as a child, only I became a community support worker instead. Life's mission has always been to help others. Oh, here, hang on, let me do this. Heart. There we go. Well, thank you for the super chat, LC. You wanted to be a doctor. We need more doctors that follow the Hippocratic Oath to do no harm and actually want to help people, because I don't think it's that way anymore. I think it's just like the way the politicians have been corrupted by money and greed, so have doctors. Most. Not all, but most. I couldn't throw a percentage on it because I don't know. That I know my own experience. And it hasn't been good at all. I feel like I've had horrible experiences with doctors over the years. I know I have. One of them tried to take me out. I don't care what anybody says. He was trying to take me out. Doctors that diagnose and don't turn you into addicts. Big Pharma is a huge problem. Huge problem in America. They'll throw some chemical-based medication at you before anything else. Now, do I think that there are tons of uses for modern medication? Yes. I'm sure there are tons of applications where it's what's best. But at the same time, not all applications need to have that as the outcome. So I found my family physician 19 years ago this June, and I'm telling you, she's the best doctor I've ever had. Wouldn't want anyone else in charge of my health. Well, you're lucky. So I had a family physician. I grew up right down the road from his practice. His son would have probably considered me to be his best friend. And then, what year was it? 22? 21 or 22. He came to me and told me he was suicidal, and I tried to help him out. I did help him out. I had him doing good, and then he ended up doing it anyway. About 3 weeks later, after he left me. Then after that, I seen his dad 2 more times. And the third time I went in, he had his, well, I don't know if he, I don't even know that he knows, but his wife told me they weren't going to see me anymore. He was my family doctor for over 30 years. I think I was about 8 when I went to him. First time I'd have been late 30s. Maybe I was, yeah. Oh, that's good. It's better this week than it was last week. I wish I had another one. You can't get that stuff here. I've never seen it anywhere. Maybe I can order it. Probably on Amazon, if I was to guess. Let's just find out. The old internet has to say. I'm going to savor that last drink I took for a minute before I drink coffee. Let's see. Pure Tassie. Yeah. Pure Tassie. Black currant drink. Holy. I'm not even seeing it. I see black currant drinks, but no pure Tassie. Did I spell it right? Nope. Well, that was an autocorrect thing. T-S-I-E. Black currant is one word. There we go. Still not showing up. There's a powdered, freeze-dried powder. MRE craft puree. No pure Tassie though. None for sale. I mean, they've got a website, but you can't order it. Plenty of images, but none for sale. Huh. How about that? And to get one jug, 1 gallon jug, on this MRE site, is this wine or something? No, it's craft puree, whatever that is. It's $138.38, $133.38 for 9 pounds of it, which I believe is a gallon. Interesting. Huh. Well, yeah, this. Oh, they're going to give you 10% off. Woohoo! That's $13 off. All right, coffee. Puree's high dollar. Yeah, clearly. Well, so is anything else too. So here is just a bottle of juice. Wait, no, this is a. It's got to be some sort of like syrup concentrate because it's got a pump on it. And it's craft puree, same brand. $36 for a like wine bottle size, whatever size that is. A fifth. 750 milliliters. A 6-pack of those 750 milliliters is $208. Wow. But it's all this puree. Is there no just juice? Here we go, juice right here. $42.99 for a 62-ounce bottle. Which anything shipping it from Australia is, the shipping is ungodly expensive, and same to ship from here to there. I do believe it's the furthest point you can ship to from America is Australia, right? It's the other side of the earth. I was looking for a cocoa beverage powder. Couldn't find one. I'll tell you what I do have, though. Hang on. Something I've been wanting for a while that I knew that I had is this Bran Flakes bar. This is also 1998 out of an old long range patrol. Oh, these things are so rare, and they just continue to get more rare. Every time I open one, every time somebody else opens one, it's that much more rare, because they ain't making these no more. 345th day of 1998. It's going to be backwards for you, but... Nope, 345th day. My bad, not 8. Did I say 5? I don't know. 345. 20 days before the end of the year, so it's been December 11th. Oh, it's got a weird smell to it. The Bran Flake one does. I mean, it smells like bran. It smells like what you'd think. Raisin bran, kind of. Nope. Tis a Gerber. It's got a pretty weird button release. It's locked. Press that up, and then to open it, you just spring operated, and to lock it, same thing when it's in your pocket. You lock it, and it won't open up. Super cool knife. I do have a really nice leak, but I broke the tip off of it. I just had it out the other day. Hang on, I'll go grab it. I think I know right where it's at. Blindside actually gave me this knife. Got it at the House of Knives. Yeah. One of my other favorite knives. I stopped using it after I broke the tip off of it. I lost this knife at the golf course. My son was having like a banquet thing for golf. So I broke the tip off of it. Can't remember how I did that. This was my favorite knife. I love the metal frame. I like the kind of rough, almost like dark jean, stone-washed look. Can't remember what that color is called. The frame's like a polished black. I do like this knife though. Ken Onion. I do believe this is a leak. Right? Pretty sure. Yeah. I wore this knife down a good bit. I used this knife for years. Till I broke it. And it's got a lock on it right here on the end, so it doesn't open up in your pocket. I did rip one of my leather seats years ago, having a knife open up in my pocket. This one's way stiffer. Like, I'll show you. This one. So it's got some frame wobble to it. And it doesn't do any good to tighten it up. It's perfect the way it is. I don't care if it's got a little tiny bit of play in it. It's not enough to bother me, really. If you put your thumb on the back of it, it helps kind of sturdy it up. But I do like this knife a lot. I like both of them a lot. I got another really nice Gerber too. I got a bunch of knives, but those are top three. This is also a Gerber. I don't know what model number on this thing is. 1911017A. I actually don't know what kind of knife that is. I like it's a composite frame, or there's a composite on the frame. It's a metal frame. It's a little bit bigger to carry than the Kershaw, thicker. It's a little bigger too, I guess. Is the blade longer? Yeah, they were the same length blades. It's just more sleek design. We have snow here. We got like I don't know, probably 3 or 4 inches. But right after it got done snowing, we had freezing rain that came, and it was super cold. I don't know how it happened. They came in, and now all of the snow is like one big piece. And when I walk on top of it, you can, if I try to walk light so I don't collapse it, but it'll collapse down. It's really weird. Really weird. Should be killing off any insects or ticks or any fleas, anything like that that's out there. It should be killing all that stuff off, which is a good thing. It's supposed to get pretty cold. Somebody said the river's froze over. I haven't went down to look. Look at that thing. Like 28 years old. Cross section. Just the right amount of sweetness. Buttery. It doesn't taste a ton like what you would think bran flakes would taste like, but it does have that flavor. It's just light. It's just buttery though. I don't know how they got this recipe so spot on. It couldn't be any better, I don't think. It's the right amount of sweetness, creamy. It's like almost like a savory sweet, almost. Mm. It's 14 here right now. It's supposed to get down to 7. Tomorrow night, 0. Or no, that says today. Sunday, 6. Monday, 0. Tuesday, snow. Low at 25. High at 36. I thought we were supposed to be getting another big snowstorm. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, I like it. Thinking about the long-range patrols. The first strike rations are going to be the next thing that you ain't going to be able to get. And if you want any, I would highly recommend getting them now rather than later, because the more that are sold, the more the availability is going to go down. And I'll snow on Monday night. Oh, I'm out of coffee. I should have saved some to go with that. Dang it. Because, yeah, like you cannot... Hold on. No way. No way. This can't be. What makes these people think that these are 1970? Well, this can't be real. Let me read the description real quick. Oh, they're all empty. All cans, accessory packets, and spoons have been removed from each C ration box. See? All right, this listing says 1971. 1971 dated C ration case complete with original boxes. Right? I looked through it. It looks like everything's still sealed up. Looks like they haven't really messed with it. I read the preliminary description right here. It says that it's complete. I go down here to the description. I go into the description. The first part of the description is just some copy and paste bull crap. And then it says each of the 12 C ration boxes is empty. All cans, accessory packets, and spoons have been removed from each C ration box. Case will be carefully wrapped in plastic bag and then shrink wrapped prior to being shipped. They want $200, more or less. After tax, it'd be $200 for an empty box. Yeah, I was like, a case for $200, complete. It's happened before. I've gotten lucky before, and I just happened to see it before anybody else and snapped it up. But no, I feel like they're trying to trick somebody into buying that doesn't take the time to read the description. There's some freeze-dried chili beef. Wait, chili mac. Freeze-dried chili beef backpacking meal. Quick prep emergency food 4-pack. New. But it's chili mac with beef in the vintage packaging. And they want $100 for them. $25 per pack. And they are the... Looks like 5.7 ounce. That's a single meal. Wow. Wow. Right here you can get 6 of the bigger packs, the mountain, the pro packs, the bigger pro packs for less money. 6 of them for less money. Makes sense. Somebody, actually Gabe, told me that gold and silver dropped out today. Let me look that up. You guys heard anything about that? A little deceiving, I would say yes. People trying to trick somebody into buying their empty junk. I mean, the box has value, but it's not worth $200. Especially when you're trying to trick somebody into buying it. Now, if you're upfront about it and that's your price, whatever. But you need to, like, that should be part of the listing. Empty, not complete. Alright, gold prices drop today. Okay, it dropped 7%. Silver dropped 16%. Oh, there it says it plunged 30% in its worst day since 1980. This weekend has been horrible. Something happened with China. Heinz Ghost Pepper Ranch. Nope, I haven't seen it. Understandable corrections. Yeah, the gold prices are ridiculously high. It's overpriced right now. And gold needs to come down. Gold needs to come down to about $2,500 an ounce. I think that's a fair price for gold. And silver needs to be back down to about 40, 35, 40. I feel like that's a fair price for the economy that we're in. But yes, Gabe was telling me something. It's got something to do with China stopped trading in gold and silver and oil or something. So let's just Google that real quick. China stopped trading in gold, silver, and oil. China suspended trading of 5 commodity funds on Friday to curb investment mania in gold, silver, and oil and reduced underlying risk amid geopolitical tensions. Dang, China just out here being the one to straighten things up. Wow. Interesting. So silvers went down over 20%. Golds went down over 10% over the weekend. Which is only like $500 on the gold, but still. It's moving in the right direction. sent his general to disappear land. Chi-Com president is flipping out. Sent his general to disappear land. Oh, really? A 68-day migraine. Oh, yeah. LC is definitely a lady. Gold dropped when Trump appointed the new Federal Reserve chair. I'll tell you what, the Federal Reserve needs to be a thing. I don't know. I don't like it being a separate entity. I feel like we, the people, should have control of our own currency, and we don't. Hence the reason why we're trillions of dollars in debt, and they just continue to print money out of thin air. I don't even want to get down this road of disgustingness, because they've used America as a blank checkbook for decades, maybe even a century or better, and I can't believe it. We all need to recognize what's going on. They keep distracting us with that. Now they have these great tools to track us, and social media, and these data collection centers, and like, it's not getting any better. It's going to get way worse before it gets better. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I do not. I think about it too often, actually. It's kind of a, I don't know. I wish I didn't understand things as well as I do, but sometimes I wish I understood things better than what I do, so I could do a better job at taking advantage of the system like everybody else who's rich does. You know, rich people, they understand the system very well, so they take advantage of the system. Most of us are not taught the system well enough to be able to take advantage of it. With the internet nowadays, I feel like we can self-educate ourselves well enough to try to dig our heels in somewhat, but you've got to have connections, and you've got to have seed money, and you've got to have the willingness to be a cutthroat business person. And if you have morals and you have a heart, it's hard to really come up, you know, because you got to be willing to screw people in most cases. Not all, but most. At least that's my thoughts. Yep, same as our government's a cartel. I think they run themselves like more like a mafia. And to be quite frank, we've let them turn into this, and that's a problem. The illusion that we choose these people, no, we don't. No, we don't. We really don't. We get two choices, typically two, sometimes three, most of the time two. You get two people to pick from, a Republican or a Democrat. Pick one. And the one that gets the most people to show up is the one that's going to rule over you, whether it be on the local level, the state level, the federal level. It's a problem now. It's a problem. Our system's broken. It's been broken for a long time. It's not being ran as intended by the people and for the people. It's being ran by those people for those people. Again, this is just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. Think what you want. We could talk about current events, things that have happened, things that are happening. Hey, look at that, a stink bug. My ADD, I guess. Easily distracted. But yeah, there's been some ridiculous things happening in Minnesota, to be specific. you got grown adults acting like children. It's not like that's anything new. We have that happen every time that the Republicans are in office. The Democrats act like children. Sorry if you're a Democrat and you don't act like that. Good on you for not. But it's just the way it is. They come out, they burn things down, they tear things up, and then they want to, well, what about January 6th? Yep, you got me there. That happened one time. And you guys do this every, well, sometimes monthly, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. But, like, come on. We and right up until the other day, I could say it never accomplishes anything until they just kind of got their way the other day. And I'm shocked, to be quite honest, that the fold happened the way it did. Kind of makes me sick. You can't give these petulant children what they want, because if you do, they're going to just continue to do this because they got their way, and they're going to think, well, it worked. It'll work this time. So everybody is talking about, and this is left, right, middle, center. You look, when I scroll through YouTube, which I know the algorithm has a lot to do with it, but I do watch both sides because I want to know what they're saying. I want to know what these people are saying. I kind of consider myself to be somewhat in the middle. I try to be logical, which is not exactly common in today's world. But all I saw was this huge distraction, this distracting event. I don't know what you want to call it. It's ignorant that they're making this such big news, because it isn't. Don Lemon got arrested. Don Lemon got exactly what he wanted, what he's been begging for so long. Now, I think freedom of the press is important. They want to act like, oh, this is unprecedented. Look at what they done to James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe acquired Joe Biden's daughter's diary, which she left behind in a rental for months. The guy tried to call her and give it back. She didn't come and get it. All this crap. Same thing with Hunter's laptops, the way that went down. Kind of a similar situation where she didn't come and get it. And finally, it became that other dude's property, and he sold it to James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe bought it, purchased it legally. And they raided him in the middle of the night, locked him up, all that, right? I think they locked him up. Well, they definitely raided him in the middle of the night. I think they did put him in jail, if I'm not mistaken. Charged him, whatever. Project Veritas is that guy, James O'Keefe, if you don't know who he is. The guy's done some amazing work over the years, getting undercover, getting people in undercover in places you'd never think that he could get somebody in, and getting some of the biggest stories broken, maybe ever. Watergate level, and Watergate's a joke when you look at some of the stuff that they've gotten now. These dirty, nasty, the child rings and stuff that we know exist, and our government they're participating in, is a huge problem that should, as soon as we knew it was going on, it should have been addressed, nipped in the bud. Everyone should have been put in prison, including the Clintons. Period. I don't care. Anyway, they're acting like, well, Don Lemon, he's a journalist. He should have been able to cover this story. Here's the thing. I watched how that all led up and everything that he done to kind of push it along. Yeah, he's acting like they came up with the idea to do this. That, I don't think they would have done it if they didn't think it was going to get some sort of media coverage. If they wouldn't have known that Don Lemon was going to come and stand in there with a microphone and his cell phone or whatever, filming, I don't think they'd have done it. I don't. So I think he and the phone calls that I watched him have beforehand, kind of pressing this to happen. So he partook. Like he didn't just cover it as a journalist. He partook in the actions, so therefore he's guilty. You see what I'm saying? Like of the whole making it happen thing. I don't know. I don't know. Really, I guess we'll see. We'll see what all comes out, and but again, I am a firm believer in the First Amendment, freedom of speech to say what you want. There shouldn't be, unless you're calling for violence. Something that's firmly against the law. Which there's been a lot of people calling for violence. I just saw this guy that's campaigning about taking out Trump, like literally taking him out physically, not out of office. No. Why is that guy not in jail? I remember growing up, and this was before cell phone, or not, before smartphones, before, if you said something like that and people heard you say something like that against the President of the United States, the FBI would show up and arrest you. Like, you're calling for the death of a president. Now, they used to take that seriously. It seems like they ain't taking that seriously anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll do something about it. But if you guys haven't seen that, I'm sure the headlines are all over YouTube. Politician campaigning on Trump. Yep. Maybe I worded it wrong. I don't know. I can't find the headlines now. I've seen it all over the place in the last couple days, and now I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm searching it wrong. Anyway, yeah, because it's giving me some old news type stuff. Anyway, it's exhausting, the crap that's going on. I'm trying my best to not pay as much attention to it as I can. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to try to become a representative for West Virginia or not. Campaign to become one. Number one, I'm not rich enough, probably. But I did see someone get elected 4 years ago as the governor of New Jersey, conservative guy, with virtually no money. He used social media. So it's not impossible. It's just unlikely. So it depends on how much time and effort I want to dedicate into, I guess, trying to run for all. We need normal people who have came up normal, like normal Americans, who didn't have a silver spoon in their mouth from the time they were born. You want to say hello? Come here. Come here, I'll pick you up. Come here. Come here, Lucy. Oh, come here. Let this out. Let's say hi. Yeah, you're my girl, aren't you? Loosey Goosey. My son named her Goose, so I had to give her a better name. I gave her Lucy. Loosey Goosey. Amber does not like her. Not at all. Yeah, she has turned into quite the pretty kitty. Yes, her's a good girl. She's a great cat. She really is. glove on me. And then rubbing my cheek on my hat. Yeah. Flipped your ear. There. Yeah. You got your claw stuck? There you go. She's kind of got a mean looking face. Yeah, I usually do too. Just because nothing ever positive comes from it. What's the point, really? But I do feel like more normal people need to get involved in politics, actual politics, not the rioting in the streets and pushing your own agenda and views type deal. No, actual policies and getting back to normal. The regular people of America need to represent America again, and that's not at all what we've got going on or what we've had going on for decades and decades, maybe centuries now. At least a century. What? What? I know the plan was for a long time for the Federal Reserve to come in, and then when it did in 1913, I feel like that's when everything really started going downhill. And then there's been other monumental things happen since then that have ruined America in certain aspects, in certain ways. I'm not going to say this isn't a much better place to live than other places, because it is. There are better places to live than here too. So, and most likely not westernized places. Look how good you are. Yeah, your face softened up a little bit. But usually she does have a pretty mean looking face. Don't you? You sleepy? You comfy with Dad? Dad, give you a hug. Good kitty. See, she looks mean. Yeah, you look mean. She's got resting bee face. Don't you, girl? She's just gonna sleep. She's definitely ended up with quite the coat on her, haven't you? She's got a spot on her back right there. Does it hurt? Okay. Okay. Well, you got your paw stuck in me. Turd. Flip your ear again? You did. She's kind of got that Egyptian cat face a little bit. Yeah, she gets what she wants. She's one of the ones that gets whatever she wants. Age of 3. A tortilla. She's got a nice, I don't know. I think she looks kind of mean. What about it? It was a long time ago. I think that's something else that we should, oh no, I got chili on me. Focus on. Great. And try to correct. You just mentioned farmers in Iowa. We need to focus on farmers, farmland, chemicals being taken out of our foods, and taking better care of the farming class, because we haven't been. Those guys live in debt up to their ears just to keep their farms going. It shouldn't be that way. They work manual labor, hard work, all day, every day. Like, why would we not take care of these people, the ones that feed us? It makes no sense. It makes no sense because, well, if you look at what's been going on, Bill Gates owns more farmland now in America than anybody else. And I think the number 2 owner of farmland in America is China. China. Anyway, we need to fix that. We need to fix that. Well, okay. You're right. Not as many people want to grow soybeans. And I think soy is not the greatest thing in the world. I think there's places for it and uses for it, but we overuse it. I can remember back in 90, probably 94 to 96. Somewhere, maybe 96. The place where we lived at was bought by Walmart. They came in, plowed down where we lived, and on the other side of where we lived, they had just recently started growing soybeans. And I can remember everybody being displeased with that, the soybeans taking over. And for a long time, there were soybeans everywhere. It was because it was what was profitable. And we have some of the best soil in this area where these 2 rivers meet, the Ohio River and the Canal River, that you could ask for. Like, great soil. But yeah, soybeans, nothing, hardly, there's nowhere near the amount of farming going on as there was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Especially 40 years ago. And then just keep going back. I'd say farming probably started declining probably 30 years ago. But it's never been as profitable as it should be. You know, those guys have to get millions of dollars worth of equipment to be able to farm a big farm. And it takes them most of their life to pay back all that, and then they have old beat up equipment by the time it's paid for. You know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Corn and potatoes, I feel like, are 2 crops that should shine. All because of the ethanol aspect of it. Yeah, because it can be turned into fuel. Yeah. True. I guess potatoes can be too, technically. I think it's just harder. More of a process. If you can turn something into liquor, you can turn it into fuel. Golly. Look how dry my hands are. It's winter hands. I think I just put lotion on them too. All right, well, it was a great meal tonight, and I think it's supposed to be super cold next week, too. Where's my phone? Yep, next week it's supposed to be 12 degrees, 7 on Sunday. We'll see if it stays that way, but might be doing this next week. Maybe. Likely. I was going to do it this week, but I got that chili. Scallop potato with pork. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Good to see me in the beard again. Thank you. All right, guys. I am going to check out of here. Thank you, everybody Thank you, LC, for the super chats tonight. You want the cold? Really? I'm surprised. Up in Canada, you guys haven't had it. It ain't been that cold. Well, it's been cold here long enough for the river to freeze. Amber's mom's stuck on a boat out in the middle of the river right now because they can't push ice up anymore, or down. I don't know, probably up. Further up you go towards Pittsburgh, the smaller the river gets, and the more ice blocks it off. So, yeah, I'll have to come out and I'll have to go down there and look and see what the river looks like here. But it's stayed cold enough even through the daytime that the river is freezing, and everything is just like a solid sheet of ice. It's kind of crazy. So there's about that much snow, 4 or 5 inches, probably 4 inches, and it's like it's all solid one piece. It's pretty crazy. Actually, here, I'll just take you guys out. Let's show you real quick before we sign out of here. Yeah, there's plenty of light out there. I won't be out here very long. Check this out. See? It's like one piece of... Here. See that? It's really weird. These pieces. It sounds cold outside. It's got like that weird wind wisping through the trees sound. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to sign off. What in the world happened to the lighting? Weird. It's adjusting. All right. Well, I will see you guys next week, likely. I got a lot to do this upcoming week, so hopefully I can gather everything I need for the apartment up there and get that back on track. So, yeah, it's weird snow. Weird snow, ice stuff. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I can't remember it ever being like this. Like I said, right after it snowed, we got this freezing rain that came over top of it, and it was so cold anyway, it shouldn't have been raining at all. And it turned the snow into like one solid sheet. And then anywhere anybody drew, it's like glistening solid sheets of ice. It's pretty crazy. Lucy. All right, well, yep, thanks to the patrons. Thanks, LC. Thanks, everybody hanging out in the chat. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. You got a long press on the screen, bring the description up to be able to click on the thumbs. But if you don't mind to do that and give Google their peace of mind and their data that they want to collect, I'd appreciate it. And yeah, all right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.